Well, welcome to Ettalong Bowling Club for the BCIB Grade 1 Open Pennant State Finals for 24-25. We're up to round 3 of action, and we have Mona Vale taking on Beresfield. Players are just in the process of having their second trial end for the morning. As they do, we'll go through our team lists for today's clash. We have Mona Vale lining up on our stream rink as Adam Slater, Michael Ashford, Brad Landi and Adam Glew. And they're taking on Caleb McDermott, John Dunn, Brad Unsted and David Govan, runner-up in the Champion of Club Champions singles. Our other rinks are David Caldwell, David Christie, Graham Wong and Mark Blackwood. From Mona Vale, taking on Barrows, Robert Lauritsen, Lee Blaw, Jared Gorsuch and Matt Norris. And the third rink, Tiffany Micah Cox, Jason DeBerg, Rod Hummelstad and Stuart McLeod for the Mona Vale. And taking on the Magpies, Kevin Roberts, David Hutchinson, Anthony Ellicamp and Shannon Rowe. Just a quick look at the results from our opening 2 rounds in this section. Mona Vale began their campaign with a 9-1, 62-47 loss to Port City. Whereas Barrow, they started off with a 9-1 victory, 74-49 over Foster. And in round 2, Foster got the wood over Mona Vale. It was 63-46, 9-1. Whereas Beresfield, they enjoyed another win, 8-2, 62-55 over Port City. So on this section's ladder, Beresfield with 2 wins on 17 points plus 32. Second place is Port City, 11 points and 8 difference. Foster in third on 10 with a minus 8. And Mona Vale on 2 points, minus 32. So the equation here is with Port City playing Foster, there's no way both of those can get above Beresfield, so Beresfield guaranteed their berth through. And no way Mona Vale can get up to second, so there is a guarantee that Mona Vale will finish outside the top 2. So Beresfield will make the finals, Mona Vale will not. And we're underway with the State Pennant Final, round 3. So we're looking for a great game here anyway. Mona Vale, certainly they'll be out to prove something to themselves. They'll want to knock over Beresfield. And of course, Mona Vale, they've won a couple of Grade 2 pennant finals over the last few years. So they'll be keen to prove that they're still in the action. A couple of good bowls there from our lead, Caleb McDermott. Adam Slater just looking to get in. Well, it's a pretty good start. Second for Beresfield, Lee Blaw. Michael Ashford from Mona Vale. On a pretty good track here. Just gets the edge off the Maroon Bowl, trails the Jack through. Lee Law with his second attempt. And another very good bowl. Just going to be a little wide. Sorry, it's John Dunn. I've got the wrong player name. I'm reading the wrong line. Brad Landi. No, sorry. Brad Landi on the mat now for Mona Vale. Bradley Unsted. David Govan just looking for a little protection in behind. You can see where he indicated. Brad Landy's second attempt. Just looking to arrive to their own bowl, turn it up to the shot. Just going to run through a fraction. Well, the big question is, which set of bowls is David Govan using today? Even his teammates suggest he has a box trailer to carry sets of bowls around. He's using a black set today. He's just looking to get around there, be out to the back. A bit of cover. Adam Glew. Adam Glew played in our rookies tournament just a few years ago. And you will have to forgive, sometimes to me, just a few years ago. Could be 2, could be 4. Last bowl of the end for Adam Glew. Looking to arrive. Underway on the second end. One shot to Beresfield. We'll update the other rinks as soon as we have some scores on them. Caleb McDermott, just a little on the tight side for his first bowl. Adam Slater, also just a fraction short. And Caleb looking for a good metre and a half, plus a bit more grass. We've moved over a significant distance from yesterday's rink position. Probably nearly a whole rink further across. A half a rink at least. A good correction from Adam Slater. John Dunn for Barrow. Just wants this to drift in. We are looking for full results from our first two rounds in all grades. Jump onto our BowlsLink results page. The final scores from yesterday's round two, scrolling through on our screen at the moment. We'll update to our current round very soon. Couple of bowls inside now. Vale just looking to arrive. It's the sit. I have run just a little too far through to count. David Govan indicates that Beresfield still holding shot. It's Brad Unsted playing the backhand draw. It's going to be a little tentative on the weight there. Brad Landi looking to same hole, but very similar result to Brad Unsted, just not quite got the speed. David Govan just indicating Jack high position to Brad Unsted. Needs to get out and around to that. Unfortunately, he's not going to get around those bowls. Just pull that one across. Brad Landi, I think, still not quite out enough. Will crash into the bowls on the centre line. Green and white one, though, is his team. The green and white one is Brad Unsted's bowl. So our results from round 1 and 2, we can see that in round 1, Grandviews beat Gunnedah. Corrimal beat Dubbo. Bindang beat Narrandera. Charlestown beat Gwendolyn. Saints beat Merimbula. Maitland City defeated Baddo Bay. Port City defeated Mona Vale. And Beresfield defeated Foster. In round 2, Grandviews had a win over Club Dubbo. Corrimal beat Club Gunnedah. Windang went down to Gwendolyn by 4. Charlestown had a strong win over Narrandera. Merimbula beat Baddo Bay. The Saints just over Maitland City. Foster beat Mona Vale. And Beresfield beat Port City. David Govan waiting to bowl as Adam Glew also crashes into the short ones. Fairly congested path into the head there. Govan's going to play the other side of the green. His backhand. Just not going to quite get around traffic either. Just a reminder, we will be bringing you a quarter-final this afternoon. It's TBA versus TBA. He is the winner of Section 1 up against the second place in Section 2. And one shot to Mona Vale. We'll try and get you the scores from the other rinks now. Adam Slater underway on this third end for Mona Vale. Two ends played on each of the other rinks. It's 2-all on the middle and 1-2. Mona Vale versus. That's a couple of really good starts from the leads. Caleb McDermott. have the score around the wrong way. It should be 2-0 on our feature rink. Gave it to the wrong team. John Dunn looking to come down. The maroon bowl, Adam Slater holding shot. We have a quick run through the other sections. In section 1, Corrimal play Grandviews, and they've had 2 wins each. They're on 18.5 and 17 points, so that's a battle to see who finishes first and second. Gunnedah take on West Dubbo for bragging rights. In section 2, Charlestown play Windang. The top 2 in the section, 19 and 10.5. Central Coast Gwandalin on 9.5. Chasing very closely. They play Narandra on 1. So Windang know that they are in trouble should they lose to Charlestown. It is possible for Windang and Gwandalin to get through, so every match vital. In section 3, St John's Park on 18. They take on Baddo Bay, who are on 2, and Maitland City, Merimbula, 10 points each. So very likely that St John's Park gets through no matter what. Yep, St John's will be through no matter what. Baddo Bay can't make it. Maitland City or Merimbula, the winner of that match, will also go through. In this section, Barrow are through, Mona Vale are not. Port City and Foster, the winner of that game, will take the quarterfinal berth. Well, little toucher there for Brad Unsted. Drags the jack across to the 2 blue bowls. The 2 blue ones, Mona Vale. Green, well, actually, one of those is a Barrow bowl. Lots of blue bowls on this rink today. Makes it a little challenging. Perhaps should have got the fluoro stickers out for these teams. David Govan on the mat, leading 2-0. I actually think that it's the Barrow bowl that's holding there at the back, near the jack. Doesn't want to push the maroon one in, or he has. Pennant Glew, forehand. Glew's ball. Govan, not too far away, but just under the line. The jackets are coming off from many of the players. That one will come back. Well, 3 shots taken out. Five shots to Manova. Well, Beresfield stickers are a light blue with a white fade, and Mona Vale are a darker blue, just to keep us nice and confused. Slater, his opening bowl, just a bit short. McDermott, pretty good start, just didn't quite get back as far as he thought it would. Slater finishes him behind, a better effort than his first. McDermott holding one for Beresfield at this time. McDermott just looking to slightly tighten his line. Weight's not too bad at all. It's going to be a carbon copy of his first bowl, just sits on it. Ashford delivering for Mona Vale. Just going to trail that jack down the line. He'll be close for shot there now. Drawing either hand, the indication from David Govan to John Dunn. Dunn just a bit short with that effort. Michael Ashford's second bowl. It's not quite going to run enough there. John Dunn looking for a metre and a bit. Govan's going to get into play the other hand. Chance to promote Caleb McDermott's two green bowls on the way in there. Needs to run. Got similar weight to his first, just a bit short. Draw down of their own to promote. He's just not quite going to run. Brad Unsted now on the mat, following Brad Landi, all being short. Unsted wants to arrive to Caleb McDermott's bowls. It's going to be a little wide for that, I think, go around the back. It's going to crash on the short one.
Someone's dropped $10. Everyone's very honest. Thank you.
Oh, Brad Unsted going to hit the bowls, but only just roll the back one up. So I think it'll be Vale just holding here. Time for the skippers to have their attempt. And the live view does really look like it's Vale. And Glew. I don't think that's made any significant change. David Govan looking through his own bowls, wants to just turn one of those up to count. He's got the contact, but just rolled the backmost bowl into the pack. Might have made his own shot a little more difficult. Adam Glew is looking for the outside bowls, try and turn his own in. going to go round. Just wonder whether David Govan might not be better off. Yeah, you see there the indication that look for those bowls. You try and get that one onto the Mona Vale bowls. Jack right back is actually very handy as well. They've got the best back, apart from probably, well, even under the back right peg. It's exactly what his teammates are suggesting now too. We'll see weight from David Govan. He's got a few chances here. Just wants to hit this target. Push something onto the jack. Well, that's one way to do it. He's going to clunk on and get a shot. It's just the one. Adam's updating the scoreboard, so we'll... Yep, one shot to Govan. McDermott now on the mat for Beresfield. It's 5-3 in favour of Mona Vale on our streaming rink. Barrow though up 17-9 on the big board, courtesy of the other two rinks having a couple of good ends. We'll update those other boards as often as possible. Slater on his way down. Caleb McDermott with a good one to start. Adam, unfortunately for Mona Vale, metre and a half or so short with his opening effort. Plenty of jackets now being discarded. Beautiful day here at Edelong for the Open Pennant State Finals in Grade 1. Thanks to BCIB, our event partners. Dunn looks a little on the quick side. Caleb McDermott's got one bowl on and one bowl right back near the ditch. Adam Slater was just a bit either side of perfect weight. And Michael Ashford looking for a little search here, wants to sit the bowl. And he's rolled it through. He'll get shot out of that. Dunn looks to be on a slightly tight line. Just going to fade underneath. Not too bad at home. The intent's probably not too bad either. Just to look to get to that shot bowl or trail. See the arm movement from Adam Glew. That sort of movement usually indicates they know it's going to be short. Funny thing is, the bowls never listen to the urgings. They do what they've been released to do. Brad Unsted, he's not there either. The player's just not quite grabbing hold of the speed of this green this morning. I don't think this one's going to get back either. I'm just going to play a little bit of weight here. Brad Unsted looking to arrive through the jack. He's going to crash on one of the short bowls. It's a Mona Vale bowl that's just been pummeled up. Brad Landi, well, we did tell the players to stand outside the next centre line. Adam's obviously forgotten that message. Govan, his backhand. Just wants to get past that maroon bowl. He's also just a little bit on the short side. David Govan looking for, well, a significant correction on his opening effort. So to miss this maroon bowl is not going to. Adam Glew, last bowl of this fifth end. Just going to be also into the maroon bowl. That's his own. He hasn't turned it up enough. It's between the light green and the blue. Light green's Caleb McDermott. The blue. Well, it's Mona Vale. They've got another shot. Jack on its way down. Adam Slater, backhand side. Well, it's a good metre and a half-ish short. Not quite grabbing the speed of this green. Say the weather being lovely and crisp and a fairly dry morning. People are expecting this green to react very quickly. Is that beautiful straw colour we get in winter. He's a good pace, but probably not quite the lightning speed that some of these players are expecting. It's an okay correction. Just going to be out of shot. I think Caleb McDermott holding one. Needs to slightly tighten his line from his opening effort. He needs to make sure he gets inside that last Adam Slater bowl. Done that pretty well. Good starter from Caleb McDermott. Michael Ashford on the mat for Mona Vale. Adam Glew he's got the whip out, trying to urge this one on, but it's good enough for shot. John Dunn. Michael Ashford, his last one counted. Pretty fair effort as well. John Dunn, a very unique delivery style. Just going to be a little under the line. Chance here for Brad Landi from Mona Vale to play that similar shot that Michael Ashford did. Looking for just a little bit of weight on that forehand side. Arrive down. Can get a touch on Michael's front bowl or a little drag of the jack towards the other. Just to tighten this head up a little bit, try and take away the opportunity for Beresfield, which they now still have. Forehand, can afford a tight line, drag the jack through the hole. It goes straight back to the bowl from John Dunn, sitting back there at the back right of screen. Brad Unsted wants this to really bend in. It's not a bad effort. He's just going to fall short. Makes it a bit harder for Mona Vale here. They really need to still play that hand. Just got to miss that Brad Unsted bowl. Nice safe line from Brad Landi. And round the back is probably a good result. They have a Govan just indicating 3/4 of a metre, so weight to Brad Unsted. He's on that forehand side again. Looks to be a little bit on the wide side for the line. The weight's not too bad. It's just going to crash into the Adam Slater bowl that's a bit on the wide side. Adam Glew, decision to make. Is he going to try and block the hole or is he going to try and cover the back? Can draw the forehand side. That Bradley Unsted bowl really should not be in your draw line. It's 75 centimetres or so short and only just off the centre line. Adam Glew, he is going to play that forehand side. So he's looking to just go around Brad Unsted's bowl, or just underneath. Well, that's not too bad a result at all. He's popped out the nearest Beresfield bowl. Has got that out of the path for David Govan, though. He can play with confidence down to these bowls. Any contact here is going to be good. And, well, he sat it through. That's shot. Adam Glew, final bowl of this sixth end. Just didn't quite. Don't know whether Glew has stayed with that or not. David Govan's certainly had a good look. Didn't see any indications about who had shot. He probably discussed it pretty well. It's just going to be on to Brad Unsted's bowl, push it through the back. Two shots to Vale was the indication. Adam Slater, not too bad of a start. Caleb McDermott, he's probably had the better of the lead battle so far in this match. His first one's just a little short. He still has shot. Adam Slater looking to lose up to about, he's just under 2 metres. It's a fairly good correction. That'll be the shot. Adam Glew gives it a little bit of an applause. Looking to try and get an update on that third rink. Unfortunately, there's lots of bodies in front of that scoreboard at the moment. Michael Ashford looking to add to this head. A little bit of speed. He'll crash on Adam Slater's bowl. Flops in behind the jack, so not a bad result. Beresfield actually well ahead on the third rink. You can just see the 15. So they've scored quite a few in the last couple of ends. Just add again, urging it onwards. John Dunn. Probably not the coaching manual delivery, but this one a little bit under. Unsted looking to get down to this. Bit of speed on this. Wants the shot bowl clean. Not going to get it. Brad Landi. Teammates have got the shot. Let's add to this. Round that one. That'll count. So Brad Unsted under a little bit of pressure here. These teams maybe 2 or 3 down. Behind on the rink scoreboard. Just want to shore up their side's position. It really needs to get one in. Looks to be better pointed. Grabs the jack, but just spills it back onto the Mona Vale bowl. Oh, Adam Glew just a little bit through there. Would have been looking to try and sit that Brad Unsted bowl out, keeping him out of a couple. Very important for David Govan to try and add another one in. Just a little bit vulnerable at the moment. Just that opportunity still there for Adam Glew just to take the place of the green and white bowl to the left of screen and jack high. Not quite got the same weight on this one, and he's actually going to crash into Caleb McDermott's shorter bowl. Bit more traffic for David Govan to negotiate. David Govan back to the mat. Had a look. Trying to work out how we can convert this head. There's been a fair few short bowls in this game. It's really blocked up the skipper's access to the head. Beresfield short of place in the quarterfinals. Don't want to be complacent. We go in with a bit of momentum. I think that's another one. Adam Slater on the way to get us going for the seventh end of this clash. A decent start from Adam as well. Caleb McDermott, backhand. Adam Glew's interested in this. So interested he's going to stand on the centre line. Holding one. Michael Ashford wants to add, and he's, well and truly short. John Dunn, can he come down? I do think it's 1-2. Vale at the present. Caleb McDermott's bowled just out, I think. Just into the shorter bowl. Brad Unsted, backhand now. have a little break in our con. Live. All right, back again. Just popped out to suggest to Adam that he was getting a little too excited and jumping onto the middle.
Oh.
We're just going to get the microphone in the right spot there for Brandon, who's joined us.
Hello, Andrew. How are you?
So Brandon, well met, local member of the local club here. I was going to say the local member, but it sounds like you're in Parliament if I do that.
Yeah, not quite.
No, we won't wish that on you.
Nah.
So you're jumping on to join us and talk about the game a little bit, but big event for Edelong, bit of effort from you and JR to get everything set up in the background here.
Yeah, big event, like first time for myself with the state pennant finals. JR experienced, done it for many years, so very good, and it's great to see like all 16 clubs out there competing in some glorious conditions here on the Central Coast.
Sensational.
Yeah.
I was a bit worried earlier in the week with the cold, bitter, strong wind.
Yeah, the cold winds have been here for all week, really. Still out there a bit this morning, but
And some rain
died down.
forecast, but there's plenty of people without a jacket out there now, even the odd spectator.
There is, yeah. It's not as strong today as it was yesterday, that breeze. The flags are pretty stable.
Not having too much of an effect. Greens are in magnificent condition. Great,
They are.
great job by your greenkeepers.
Yeah, Brett and Aidan do a fabulous job on the greens, and yeah,
And what a
perfect
bowl from the
conditions.
Governor there,
Great bowl.
David Govan. He'd be holding as many as 4 there now, the green and white and the light green bowls. In a bright start on this rink for Mona Vale, but the other two, different story.
Yeah, the other two rinks are a bit behind at the moment.
Couple of bowls to go. I'm just trying to get those rinks updated as often as possible. The only problem is every time you look around, there's a body between me and that scoreboard.
Ah, yes. It's been the thing with the live scoring as well. When you go out, that someone always stands in front of the board.
Usually the manager.
Yes.
The managers, they want to look after that scoreboard, so they stand right in front of it.
Yep.
I did report the live score once as a certain prominent Sydney Southwest bowlers officials' belly.
Yep.
I said it was so many N's and 3 to X's belly.
Ah, yeah, too many people stand in the way.
Fortunately, they were the ones who would take that as the joke it was meant to be.
Oh, that's the main thing.
So Barrow scored there. I didn't quite see the fingers go up. Glewy's going to update the board for us though to make it 9-6.
So I think it was 3.
I've got to add a 1 and a 3.
Some close games around the grounds as well out there, and some decisive matches that get through to the quarterfinals this afternoon too.
Well, there's a few little permutations in those matches as well. We've got a battle between Corrimal and Grandviews of who's going to take the top spot in
Yeah,
the section.
currently Grandview's up 30 to 22 after 24 ends, so
The game next to them, West Dubbo and Gunnedah. Gunnedah, a lot of them didn't really want to play,
yeah.
but the West Dubbo boys were keen. They're motoring through their ends. I'd say they dispensed with the trial ends.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, all quick this morning, and it's good to see them out there playing. To our left, Port City and Foster, 17 all after 21 ends. That's a decisive match with the winner going through.
Beresfield guaranteed a spot.
Yep,
Whether it's first or second depends on this result.
correct.
And I've got a theory that when you lead the section and are guaranteed, you really need to come out as if you're as if a loss will put you out, because you get in that complacent mindset, and it's hard to get out of it for the quarter final when it's
Correct.
do or die.
You got to treat every game as a knockout, really, from here on in. Like round the corner, Marimbula and Maitland City, they're basically in a knockout fixture at the moment.
The DJ fan club would be hoping they'll get him on the live stream in front of the camera, because they don't want to listen to him.
Earlier.
Haven't got the subtitles.
Earlier, it was 12-11 last time I was out the back there. So to Marimbula. So
Those scores will come up on our little rolling scoreboard. That's now 4:15 on the furthest rink. After 9, I got that right. And it's 6:13 in the middle, so that's after 9 as well. That was a score of 4 to Beresfield on the middle end.
yep,
And they're comfortably ahead on the board now, 34-19 after 26. And I can see the ends and the 30 on the board with the manager standing right in front. Little trail there.
19-34, yeah, 26.
Little trail from Michael Ashford. I think it's still 1 to Barrow. Got John Dunn on the mat now with his very unique delivery.
Yeah,
A little bit tight. I think John's played as good as he can in this game. A lot of bowls a little bit narrow. But, I don't think anybody's really grabbed hold of the speed in the grass line as yet.
it's turning a long way, isn't it?
Well, I think too, it's probably they're expecting with the straw colour of the grass that it to be a very quick green. It's just a nice pace rather than very quick.
Yeah, but they look great.
Well, they're very even in colour. The number 1 green might be just a little bit whiter.
Yeah,
Might be running a little bit quicker, but fairly even, I think, across the greens. There was no obvious last finished in either round yesterday,
everyone's finishing about the same time, which is good.
except for the cooks, because everyone comes for lunch at exactly the same time.
Yes.
Vale, Brad Landi wants to get down onto these bowls. He's a couple down, I think. There's not much difference in these stickers is the issue.
Yeah, they look the same.
Monavales are all blue and a slightly darker blue than Beresfield's, which do fade into a white. So they are different, but on camera, it's not all huge. Maybe close to 3 shots now, I think. When we swap over, I might try and zoom down. Brad. Got a lot more grass on this. It's going to come back pretty well. I think it'll just be the 4th shot. I want to go to camera 2. Set where I am now. And then really motor into those. And you can see the white bit on that. It is the Barrow bowl. I'll press the set. We go back out nicely.
Nicely.
So 3 shots to this man so far, David Govan, who we did mention was the runner-up in the Champion of Club Champions singles recently at Marylands. Just got to be the last victim of our newest world champion in New South Wales, Jack McShane. Just going to trail past there is Adam Glew. He's trying to work out what to do. I think it's just a draw.
Yeah.
Is there a potential to make any more? That's probably what they're asking.
It's probably only the back red one that's there, but then on the left-hand side of our screen, they've got another one, so probably just a draw shot in.
Yeah, I don't see any real conversion. The two nearest, he might be just saying, well, which one's got the least danger and which one am I not going to set them up with? He probably doesn't want to draw out on the other side of the green and leave a jack-high bowl for Adam Glew to go, well, it's an easy target, nice guide.
Yeah, agree with that.
Not too badly pointed from Adam.
It's in the area.
Gonna just chunk the jack across. Doesn't get shot, but cuts it back to one. That's a big bowl. Save two.
Yep.
And we're going to have a dramatic change of length. Caleb McDermott's just walked right up the green with the mat. Then walked right back again. What's the bet? Govan said, end of the line. And he's gone to the wrong end.
Wrong end, yep.
We're back to the tee. I think he walked up to the other end of the line. So Govan's standing there at the tee.
I think the jack's going to be in the ditch.
Yep, well, don't know if David's very happy with that one either.
No, it went flying back.
I don't know. I don't think the cranky skip works.
No.
Well, no, it doesn't work with my teammates.
Don't think it gets anywhere really. No one goes out there to purposely put a bad bowl or roll the jack out of bounds or anything.
No. We're out there to have fun.
Correct.
But so do my teammates at the end of our Pennant season a couple of years ago. We played 13 games with 3 of the 4 same the whole through the season. And I did say to my lead, you saw me get cranky this season. He went, what? So I put 2 bowls down on the same line and when I knew it wasn't turning, I got cranky at myself for not correcting. And he went, oh, righto.
Good start there. Monavale.
Yeah, Adam Slater started to really work into his game. I think Caleb McDermott had the better of the battle early on. Yeah, they're really challenging each other. Caleb McDermott, a former, Zone 2 at the time, Newcastle under-18 representative. Don't think he got into the under-18 state side, but might have been around the edges.
Yep.
Might have been in one of those golden eras when we were blessed with a multitude of talent.
Yeah. There's been quite a few.
moment, the rookies singles qualifying entries are open. You can enter via the link on the bio of this YouTube video. Oh,
Those rookie events, Andrew, are really good for new bowlers to the sport to get in that competitive spirit and try their skills. There's some good bowls throughout the whole rookie series, both in the singles and pairs.
and the other good thing about that as well is the rookies pairs qualifying entries are also open, but they don't close until after the rookies singles is being played. So if you're one of those players who says, I'm really keen to have a game in the rookies pairs, but I'm not really sure who to even ask, get your entry in for the singles. It closes very soon. But when you go and play in the qualifying, you might be able to pick up a partner for the pairs then.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be from the same club for the rookies pairs, just the same region. You need to qualify within your own region. It was a very big event last year, over 500 entries across the state.
Yeah, wow.
Hoping to get a similar response today, or this year.
Well, it shows how many newer players are coming into the sport, Andrew, doesn't it?
Well, it also shows how keen they are.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many of the rookie entrants also enter the mixed pairs.
Yep. That's open for entries at the moment, isn't it, too? The state mixed pairs?
It is.
Yep.
That qualifying is 1st and 2nd of November, so still got a bit of time for that one. And the finals of that with the champion of club champions, the state championship finals in July next year. And the over 40s pairs qualifying, that's being played on the 2nd to 3rd of August, so those entries are open just for a little bit longer. Not too far away for that closure. And those state finals are in December at Yamba. What a venue, and they're currently hosting the Grade 3 Pennant.
Should be nice weather up there at the moment too.
Oh, look, if you ask Jason Pinnock, the newly appointed bowls officer there, he'll say it's always magnificent in Yamba. And for those in Yamba, make sure you go up to Jason and say happy birthday. Shout out to him, working on his birthday, running a state pennant final. Happy 103rd birthday, Jason Pinnock. Well, he's worked in bowls. It makes you feel that old. A couple of great bowls there for Mona Vale. Beresfield, they're going to have a bit of a slap at this. Brad Unsted winding up.
Got something?
Got lots of things, but might have even gotten a result out of that.
Yeah.
And Brad Landi plays forehand. Can get just around Adam Slater's bowl, the maroon one at the front, and set the Caleb McDermott bowl. Just like this. Fantastic bowl. Brad Landi made a couple.
On cue, Andrew.
Well, that one got the replay press. That could be our mid-game hot shot.
Great bowl there.
In fact, we're 9 ends in, so I'm almost due to do a little export out and hand it off to our superstar content creator, Kira. Even if DJ did say she's from the wrong part of Ireland. You know you've made it when you get a little bit of a joke played on you in the What a Lot of Bowls podcast that Simon Little and DJ Dilworth put together. That's on all sorts of streaming platforms. I'll listen to the odd one through Spotify. I don't agree with everything he says, but he puts forward his reasons, so everything's considered.
Yep.
So if you've got a spare 45 minutes and you can read the subtitles, two Irish blokes, it's a bit hard to understand at times.
Yeah.
Well, it's a couple there still to Mona Vale, I believe. David Govan's having to work pretty hard here. He's pretty close with this.
It is. It's coming in nice.
Well, there's the Governor. He's drawn it.
Great bowl there.
Still a chance for Adam Glew, though. Did they indicate that was shot? They certainly cheered it.
Yeah, I think it is. Just got to follow that last bowl down, sit it, and make a couple.
He can grab this one and push it through. Push it through. He's got the jack. It's bounced off. Oh. We'll have a close look. 2 shots to Mona Vale.
2 shots.
So he did convert it. Well, Matt's been moved back to the tee, or very close to it. We're about 1 and a little tiny bit Matt's lengths off being at the tee. Because the mat can be placed so that it's behind the line, so to speak. The mat line must be a minimum of 2 metres off the ditch, and of course the mat line is the bit that's the front of the mat, closest to the jack. Same as if you're going to place the jack, it should actually be just behind the tee. Oh, let's press the right button. Well, Adam Slater wants this one just to pull up a little quickly. Yeah, he's got in for shot, I think. First bowl, fair way through, but I'd rather have it 3 metres through than 1.5 metres short.
Yeah, behind bowls, it's amazing how many times they become in the count or become useful.
Caleb McDermott, good correction on his first one. He's just going to sit on the inside of Adam Slater. That'll be shot. Michael Ashford now on the mat for Mona Vale. And Adam, he's getting excited again and wandering to the centre line. Might have to remind him again. Get security out there. A couple of big beefy blokes just drag him off to the side.
Oh, it's amazing watching all these live streams, and they hover to the centre line every so often, no matter how many times you tell them at the end.
In the end, they're out there playing in the state final series. They're concentrating on their game. So they are the attraction. We'll have to forgive them a slight little hiccup in the transmission.
Correct. He's gone back to the side now.
Remember, they're playing the game to play the game, not for you to watch it, even though you watching it is a nice little benefit.
It is. And the crowd's starting to build up around the place as well. There's people coming in and out.
There's a fair few along the sides of the greens.
Yeah.
The Mona Vale and Beresfield support crew. Brad Landi. Better remember to push the button to watch the bowl come down. Got the thunk there and run through. Still think it's 1 to Caleb McDermott. Govan's got Brad Unsted playing the backhand, which is the more open side. Wants him just to draw down, get a shot basically.
Drawing in nicely there. Oh,
Just not quite going to finish. It's one of those paces where you tend to play it like it's going to be very quick and you just forget that little bit of effort to push it through.
Yeah. Just that extra foot, really, isn't it?
Well, it's the difference between one of those lightning greens where you just place the bowl out, basically, put it down and blow on the back, and one of the greens where it's still slightly holding. It's probably running about 15 or so. It's still quite good to play on.
It's got a lot of turn. It's still got a lot of turn in it.
And play every shot. You just got to remember that you'd still need to play with some intent. Probably it's trying too hard to dead draw, so you just got that not quite giving it the pace.
Yeah.
Adam Glew, first bowl for the Skippers on this end. He's just looking to get down to Caleb McDermott's bowl on that forehand side. Wants it to turn just like this, or just slip through.
Great effort down there. Just had to sit that bowl and...
Well, there's a real danger here for David Govan now. That bowl of Adam Glew's, I think there's an opportunity possibly to trail that jack across the right of screen. He could make 4 shots with a little tickle on it. Govan, he should play forehand. And just try and up and over the green and white bowl, Brad Unsted's. Just around it's probably the best one and cover those up. Or just trail it around the corner. Has he done too much?
They're indicating up and down for shot.
Okay. I was going to zoom in. Unfortunately, can't do that. The side view doesn't give us much more of an insight. Well, there's 3 Beresfield bowls there. Govan's got last tilt at this. Is there a chance for him to look at trying to get that Mona Vale bowl out to the side, out of play? He can also play through his own there. If he punches that onto the jack, comes back through that hole, doesn't need to go too far because the back 2 are Mona Vale. So, pretty good. Got a pretty delicate approach here to try and convert. Before that happens, Adam Glew's got a chance at it. So critical here for Adam Glew to try and get something else in there. Tough assignment. Or does Adam Glew try and punch the jack all the way through? I don't think so. Wants this to go underneath. It's just going to be short. All right, so here's a chance for David Govan. Play just a little bit of aggression. Wants enough weight just to turn the bowl to the back left behind Jack. 2-3 rolls. Could make as many as 4. If he's a little bit tighter, he can turn his own bowl onto that Jack or onto the shot bowl. So, backhand shot for the left-hander. Don't know if that's going to hold up enough.
It's off the front one's moving and... Ooh.
2 down.
Yep. Just got it a bit tight.
On to more to Monavale. So things not quite working for David Govan at the moment. I think it was the right shot, just the execution probably needed to be a little more sharp. Keep hearing my phone give a little tinkle. It's my team app update coming through from North Haven with the Siddos number 7s. Oh, mate, the Albatross is up there. And I think I had about 79 notifications yesterday. Maybe not that many. But he keeps us all up to date, I must say. I just sort of looked at a couple of the scores. Flicked the rest of the notifications. Haven't had time to really look at them while I'm pressing these buttons. So some big scores there, and one of our teams had a 40-odd to 11 win to spearhead them in the first game, and a big win in the second, but the other 2 rinks went down. So good luck, Siddos and the 7s. Win today, get through. I'm not biased. Oh, look, I openly admit before some of our games that we broadcast that I may have a little bias because I know the players a little better from one team, or I've played with or against plenty of the players. Particularly if I'm on an Illawarra team, I probably know them.
Yep.
So I either might want them to get beat because they've beaten me, or... there's plenty. I mean, the West Dubbo I've got a soft spot for because I spent a bit of time out there with Anthony Brown and a few of the guys. I do know a few of these Mona Vale and Beresfield players as well. David Govan's been, well, popping up in state events the whole time I've been working for Bowls New South Wales. Feels like it. That's close to 30 years, but Graham Wong on the next rink was a rookies competitor a few years ago now, but I've run across him a few times. He's a lovely guy. We might try and update some other rinks. Middle ones, Barrow's running away with it. 8 and 21 after 13.
And on the third rink, it's 6 to 21 on 13 to Beresfield. So they're running away on the other rinks.
Oh, 21 you said, didn't you?
Yeah, 21-6 on 13.
Oh. I'll just muck that up. I think the easy way is I'll add the 2 back on and then go back in and take an end off. Ends played should be 37. And the third game is 13 ends.
I just updated the scores for the other games, and Grandviews and Corrimal 45-31 to Grandviews at the moment to decide who runs first and who ends up second in that section for the quarterfinals. You've got Port City leading 30 to 21 on 30 ends to decide who can get through in this section with Beresfield, as Beresfield's holding in and have the board at the moment. They'd most likely go through first.
I think so. Brad Unsted very close to getting shot there. Do you think it's still 1 to Mona Vale?
In the other games out the back, Gwendolyn and Narandra are 34 all. So Gwendolyn needing to win that game to progress, potentially. Charlestown leading 33-23 over Wingdang. So that would put Charlestown through in first and get Gwendolyn through if they can beat Narandra. Merimbula 31-18 over Maitland City to get through with St John's Park. As St John's Park leads Baddo Bay 36-21 on 30. So still some games out there that will decide who gets through in these for the quarterfinals.
Yeah, the St Johnny's team, they're a fairly solid little unit, that one. Good mix of experienced players and some young up-and-comers. You've got a couple of young ladies there who are very promising players.
Yeah.
And you've got a few, dare I call them old hardheads in there.
Yeah, I think they've got a good mix there, really.
Zippy and Peter Foster. Trent Craigie's in there. Peter Foster, been around for a while, knows what to do.
So they were already qualified through this morning.
Again, they've just got to keep that going. I haven't pressed many replays, but we'll pop some in for the hot shots. Instant replay.
That one's a bit narrow there.
And Glew, I think he's still holding probably 2 there.
Yeah, I think it is.
Just wants to, I'd say, just get in and sit his own bowls or just tuck that jack a little bit around the corner just to make it a little harder for David Govan. It's not going to make it easier, but it's not, I dare say it's not in the road. Although Govan did give a little wince. He might have preferred to go flat strap.
We did with his last bowl.
Still can. It's just a little bit tighter now. He's taking his time. Just doesn't seem to be playing with huge confidence in this game, David Govan. Might just need to hit this one shot to build that. It's pretty close.
In the area. Oh.
Close.
How did it get through there?
Straight through the hole. Wow. Not quite running with him, is it?
No. But the amount of times you see that around, just a bowl gets through a very tight gap and you sometimes just got to sit back and go, how did that get through there?
Holes are bigger than bowls, is the old saying.
It is. That's very much correct.
I've gone to a slightly shorter length. Again.
There's a few length changes in this game so far.
Maybe they just want to put it near the Edelong logo just to give the club a plug.
Yeah.
That's a good start from Adam Slater in behind. Do you think he's got better as the game's gone along? He a bit struggled at start, but as I did say earlier, I thought Caleb McDermott had the better of the battle, particularly in the early stages. It's starting to pick that back up now. Just under the line. I think he might have got shot though. Adam, I think he's changed too much now. Again, he probably concentrated on getting shot rather than being there or thereabouts.
He didn't have to play a dissimilar bowl from his first one, really.
Well, sometimes I think we're too precise in thinking, we just got to draw a shot and you got to be gentle. I think sometimes it's like, well, you know what, if I poke it up there, I've got the best chance.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just because I'm a bit of a trundler.
Nah, if you're up to the head, you're going to be always thereabout. That just fell behind the original shot bowl, that last one.
Just going to fade underneath. 3 bowls there together. I think Mona Vale might be well served to try and cover those up. Michael Ashford sticking with the backhand draw. Actually, one of those bowls over there is Michael Ashford's.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the coloured bowls first come in? Show my age. And some people say, it's great, we'll be able to tell whose bowls are who. No.
No, everyone's then got the same similar colour designs and all that. Nice bowl here.
Well done by John Dunn. Just tickled it back. Has he stayed with it? That's the big question. Yeah, we had the girls' singles highlighted that can be hard. We had 2 sets of pink bowls, both with white logos on them, but just a geometric design. It was impossible to tell them apart without really studying them, so we actually dragged out a set of stickers and put on one set of bowls.
Well, that's sometimes the best way to go about it.
And of course, we have 2 sets of blue-ish stickers here. They're different enough on the green. Perhaps I should have just dragged out the fluoro yellow ones here and got the Mona Vale guys to put them on, because we do know, unfortunately for Mona Vale fans, they won't be playing this afternoon. It's a concept we have sort of discussed, is forcing teams on the live stream to have one of the very brightly coloured sets of stickers.
Make it easier for the people watching to be able to gauge whose bowls who, and easier for us in commentary.
I actually have a set sitting on my little trolley here, the fluoro yellow ones. They are good to see.
Be able to see them for a mile.
Well, contact. With that running, I'd say that John Dunn is trailed it back to the Mona Vale bowl. So what he was looking for there is to get the 2 bowls sitting next to each other. Both they're Michael Ashford's dark blue bowls. At the edge of one, you get them both. And Brad Landi be trying to add one in.
Looks like he's kind of going for cover all the way down there.
Yeah, well, he's just in behind Brad Unsted's bowl. Maybe that's where they think the jack might end up. I think this is going to be a little bit of push through the head. Close.
Very close. kill the end.
Murderer. Now the discussion, do we chuck them back or do we bring them down? The law states that the end shall be replayed in the same direction unless both skips agree. Let's play it in the opposite. And generally you'll find that the bowls will return to the end. Well, the direction chosen will be the one where the most bowls are already out to play that direction.
Yeah, correct.
Although I have seen and have myself said, no, chuck them back here because my team was playing 1,000 times better in one of the directions.
Yeah, you see, it seems to happen that way, doesn't it, with that? Sometimes a certain team has an advantage going one way rather than the other.
Well,
in this case, they've thrown them all back and starting again from this end. The clubhouse end.
all right, so Adam Slater.
Gunnedah and Dubbo out there already finished.
Well, no wasting time there.
Unfortunately for both those sides, they will not be featuring this afternoon.
I would have loved to have seen Anthony Brown in action again as well.
Yeah. I thought Dubbo might prevail or get through that section.
Some pretty handy bowlers in amongst the others, I know that. I think Coram will probably get a decent competition with the 10 sides in Grade 1 in Illawarra, so they play everybody. It might have been 9, they played 8 games, but...
That's still a pretty strong Grade 1 comp.
And Grandview's, they've got a few blokes who know which sides the little ring goes on.
Yep. Currently, Grandviews is up 34 against Corrimal.
Any side where you've got Adam Jeffrey playing as a skipper, it's going to be handy enough.
Yeah.
Former Australian representative.
There's a lot of strong sides out there.
They're probably not going to be a platinum pennant quality at the moment. We need a little more depth. Bernie Melville skips one of the rinks. Certainly a character, but fairly handy bowler at the top end for quite some time. He's got old junior David Ellis playing third.
Yes. So both those sides will be featuring this afternoon somewhere.
They'll be on this green because the 1 and 2 are being featuring for the semi-finals. So the sides on this green that go through, they'll be on green 1. So sides on green 1 will come across here to green 2, and of course green 3 and 4, they'll come over to join them. Everybody changes green from game 1 to game 3 to game 4. The jack went flying a couple of rings over, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think it went over the bank and into someone's shin.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Nice close head here again.
This rink for Mona Vale's doing quite well. It's unfortunate their other two rinks are just dropped away, really.
I'm just trying to update those scores, and every time I think of it, there's middle rink says what?
9.22 on 15.
So 1 each. Third rink says shirt.
Yeah, shirt. Mona Vale's still 6, and yeah, still shirt.
Two and four.
Been some tight heads on this ring.
Yeah, this one I've just brought a nice little picture-in-picture we can do. Just then I've seen that they've managed to move it so the jack can be seen. Just going to be underneath Brad Unsted.
That third rink is Beresfield 26-6 on 15.
$55.30 after 42. It's almost put down the glasses.
Yeah, the other two rinks are really got away from Mona Vale.
Pretty well pointed from Adam Glew. Wants to get down to Brad's bowl. It's just going to be a fraction wide. Single to Mona Vale on the middle rink. David Govan playing a similar intent to. He's done it brilliantly.
Great bowl.
Just got the little run in off Brad Unsted's bowl, curled around, got the shot. Come and have a look, work out how to approach this.
If that don't get you loose, bud, I'm expecting you to fit and dire about one leg, bud. I want to see zero. Don't go trying to fight one.
Adam Glew. He's going to play his backhand side. Probably looking just to arrive onto the jack or the shot bowl. He's not far off it, but he just turns the shot bowl and it stays.
Having a drink with me, mate. Having a drink with me, mate. That'll be fine. You got me, fun. It would have been about 5 minutes. These two are gone.
Do you think it's just the one to Barrow at the moment?
A few Mona Vale bowls in there.
It'll be just a draw shot here for.
That's finished them, mate. He didn't even have any.
Govan is playing that draw shot and he's playing it exceptionally well. That'll make a couple.
Fantastic bowl.
They've taken the two out and they'll have a look. Whether or not he's just done enough to bring Brad Unsted's bowl in as well. No. Two shots.
Just the two.
About a couple of beers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving up, boys. I'm giving it. Come on, Timmo. It's all about you, Timmo.
Port City starting to pull away against Foster. Just over the halfway point. Next door, 34-24. And looks like down on green 3, Narandra is in front of Gwendolyn. 52-44.
That's good news for Windang. They're slightly ahead of Gwendolyn at the moment in the battle to claim that spot in the quarterfinals. Caleb McDermott's first bowl just about 2 metres through.
And I think Windang's actually up 38-34 or right down on that far end of green 3.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Decent starter from Adam Slater.
So very good news for Windang there if that's the case.
Caleb McDermott needs about a 2 metre correction.
What about this one, Keith? What about this one, Bill?
Oh, that's very good leading from Adam Slater. 2 close bowls. Hasn't built a target. John Dunn. He's a unique delivery. Effective this time, trails the jack.
Good bowl there.
He's made just the one. I do think Adam Slater's bowl, stop the green, still counts as a second shot anyway. Chance here though for Michael Ashford just to play. Nice little draw in. He's grabbed the jack as well, right back to the ditch. Arms in the air from Adam Glew. John Dunn. Wants to try and sit their own toucher in, I think, here.
Just a bit wide.
Sorry guys, just cut the commentary for a sec. A few guys boisterous behind us. Just reminded them that there is a sense of decorum to be observed. Just trying to get you a view of the toucher in the ditch.
So, yeah, Wingdang do lead Charlestown 36-34 down on green 3.
And Charlestown pretty much guaranteed a berth through, so...
Unless Gwendolyn could win 10-0 and Wingdang won 10-0, which was unlikely.
There was the chance they'd miss out if results went against them.
But very, very slim. But yeah, Wingdang at the moment in the box seat as Gwendolyn's trailing 53-44 down there at the moment.
I do believe it's Windang's first ever trip to a Grade 1 Pennant finals, state level, so boys and girls will be excited.
Yeah. And Merimbula leading Maitland City out there comfortably 42-22 after 37 at the moment. And St John's Park 41-31 on 37 against Baddo Bay. So St John's already through.
Well, it is one to Mona Vale here at least. Do you think Caleb McDermott's bowl on the ditch wall there that just got rocked a little bit might be the second shot? Try and get the broaden that shot in the pip out just to see it.
Yeah, definitely second shot.
Can see the jack marker and the little marker, the blue bowl just underneath. Oh, didn't quite get what he was after. Still think it's one only to Mona Vale at the moment. And David Govan, only hope is to try and pot his own. He might be just trying a little practice draw to make sure it's not going to be any more than one. That's a fair effort, just plopped in.
Very good effort.
$58.34 on the big board now. Adam Glew. Don't know if that bowl's worth anything now. And his advice there from Brad Landi, you can see him just sort of wave the hand over the top of the bowl. He's saying, you don't want to hit that, that's the toucher. You hit that one, you risk knocking it in.
Ooh, no.
Just missed it.
Rocked it.
One shot to Mona Vale. Okay. Oh boy, I've just given them a whole heap of shots. I was wondering why my controller wasn't reacting. Am I hitting the wrong one? It should be 15 shots to 9 after 13 on our score. Not
24-9.
Yeah. Player one score is 15. 9. 13. And the Team A score then is not 43 at all. It is
37.
19. It's 34. 15, 12 and 7. And that should then get us back to almost right. I need 14 ends on Team 14 ends for 16.9. That will be right now because when I add 1, will be right. Always check which controller you're pressing. Why isn't my camera changing?
Oh, there's lots of buttons. They all do something different. 26-8 on the third rink after 17, and 13-22 on their middle rink after 17 as well.
26, 27 I managed to have there. Am I giving them too many again?
Only an extra one. 26-8 on 17 on that third rink to Beresfield.
Yep.
Well, just as that masterboard down on green 3 comes back visible, Gwendolyn now 51-53 behind. So,
It's getting interesting.
yeah.
And Adams taking up residence on the centre line again. Mona Vale got a chance to take a rink win here for a little bit of a pride thing. Master board, 21 shots in it by my calculations. Well, Mona Vale, I gave him a rap before. I said he was a nice bloke, and he's just proved it. He's given me a U-Butte bowls cloth from Mona Vale.
That's a Mona villain.
And it's the Mona villain, I'm told.
Oh.
I did hold up next to the face up next to Graham, and
Yeah, you did.
he said, "No, it's not me."
No.
But plenty of nice character stuff coming into bowls. A few little quirky things on the bowls cloths. I love the big logos on the back of the shirts. The Beresfield's got that very good magpie.
Yeah, it's something different, isn't it?
The red backs on the Narandra guys. Big shark on the back of Foster. You've got to love that big
Yeah.
shark. Yeah, my clubs are pretty boring. We just got no logo at all, just the club logo.
We got the Eagles, so
Well, you have to have that with JR.
Manly had a win last night too, so
So he's happy.
yeah.
Plenty of really good club shirts around, and some that are a bit colourful, but yeah.
Definitely is.
So I'm a bit of a less is more, but I do like the mascot logo that's got a bit of feeling and a bit of style and pizzazz.
Well, most other sports have them.
They're often a bit of a marketing thing for the sports as well. I mean, the NRL logos have been updated over the years to
Yep.
really have a bit of character.
Yep. So's the AFL. They're all the major sports. Just go through that logo update, rebrand, and
I do think with the clubs, having that little bit of branding, a little bit of character, helps just to bring a bit of a tribal aspect to your club. And I mean that in a really good way. It brings that spirit. Anything that builds the spirit and just gives that real sense you're part of that something there.
It's that
That helps.
belonging. It's that feeling of this is what the team is, rather than not having a mascot. But yeah, definitely promotes it.
Even something like a little bell going off in my pocket every 10 minutes, giving me an update from the Grade 7 finals.
Are they keeping you updated with good results, I hope?
Yeah, look, I've been sort of checking on them and following them and interested to see how they're going. I'm probably a bit different because I see lots of bowls. But yeah, that little effort from your club administrators makes a difference. People keeping in touch and supporting from afar, or those who've gone off to spectate.
It definitely does. Like when sides travel away, like it's nice to see some clubs here that have got a cheer squad with them and they've travelled with the team. And I'm sure clubs back at home are keeping a keen eye on proceedings wherever they are across the state this weekend.
I do know the guys when I played a Pennant finals in Lismore, and a few of our guys flew up to spectate. Although we did call Shavy an idiot for bringing along his duck call, it became a bit of a catch cry over the weekend. A good bowler come down and off would go the duck call. I'm sure the opposition teams didn't love it. But, yeah, just the little things that help build your team and your culture, and that attitude that we're going to stick together and we're going to get through this. And look, I'm not going to blame anybody for a loss. Everyone plays their hardest.
Well, it's a team of 12, isn't it?
Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to play as high as they can. Well, everyone should want to play as high as they can.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to skip, but plenty of people do.
A lot of people think they can as well, and sometimes it's less than the result.
I admire the people who want to play lead. I struggle at lead. I need bowls to stop on.
I think leads are sometimes very much underestimated. Like you can get your team off to a really, really good start and put the pressure on from the start. I think that's a bigger help.
Well, a big factor in Mona Vale's success on this rink so far, I think, has been Adam Slater up front.
Yeah.
And I did say I thought Caleb McDermott had the better of the battle early on. But Adam has really gone good in the last half a dozen ends or so. And
he has. Like, keeping them close. Like,
he may not have had shot every time, but he's given his team that little platform.
And that's the other thing I think that's underestimated. Like, as a lead, like, you don't have to have shot after your two bowls. As long as they're there and they're useful, I think that's a big advantage.
I've seen that plenty of times where it's about building ahead, it's about making it better, it's about giving opportunities. And your skips get the glory because they play the spectacular conversion that pushes a bowl through or trails the jack of foot to make a few, or they drive out the... But if you don't have the bowls in there to start with, you can't play the shot.
Correct.
And skip's not usually going to win a game on their own.
It's very, very rare that would happen.
I've seen plenty of times where at the end of the game they've said the lead or the second, they're the one that killed us.
Yeah. It sets the game up, doesn't it?
I've had one good game at lead where I did set the game up. I reckon I played... we killed two ends, so I reckon I played 41 out of my 44 bowls that were... 46 bowls, whatever it was. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
And that was my one good game at lead.
Retired then from that position?
Oh, no, I just played shocking the next week. No, I haven't played a lot of lead. Played all right a few games, but I know I thrive on the back end stuff sometimes.
Oh, there's a lot more things to sit on and work off, and
a bit more involvement.
There is. But that's when the pressure's on as well. You have to know when to get the shots, and
Mind you, I'm not at the standard to skip at this grade. I know that. Don't practice enough. And that's the other thing. You get in what you put in. You get out of it what you put in. If you're not willing to practice, you're not going to succeed. One more to Mona Vale.
They're going very good on this rink. The middle rink's starting to fight back a little bit for them, but their third rink's still a bit adrift. So that masterboard's probably a bit too far out of the equation for them, unfortunately. But as you said earlier, rink win and end it with on a good note.
Yeah, look, and we're not. Barrow's got a fairly solid team. You know what would help? Pick the right camera. There's only going to be one winner, and that's the disappointing thing for. You'd love everybody to be a winner, but that's not the nature of sport.
No, it can only be one, unfortunately. And sometimes it just comes down to someone's had a day out, or they're the best team out there, or just one bowl could win it for them.
Caleb's got a decent one there. Yeah, we've all had those games where you come out and you could face backwards and throw them between your legs and get shot.
You can just have those days, can't you?
And then you've had the day where no matter what you do, it doesn't work. Every time you touch a jack, it goes sideways.
Yep.
And your opponents will be 20 feet heavy and 3 feet wide and get 3 wicks and come in and sit your bowl.
Yes. Seen that many a times.
I keep talking about the albatross, but one of his favourite sayings is, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Correct. Yeah, sometimes you can just have a game where everything you do, the opposition gets the reward for it, really. Unintentionally.
The day where you say, well, if I hit that jack, it goes back, we've got the best 7 back, mine stays in, we get 8. You hit the jack, dead centre, it's going back, and you think we're going to get 8. It hits a bowl and bounces 15 feet back up the green, and you drop 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think you know that your day's not going to be in for a good one.
Caleb McDermott holding one here.
Just so we started to talk about the leads all over the jack, they've got a little bit away from it this end. Oh, Narandra down there chipped away again in the lead, 61-51. So, and Wingdang's still up 42-41 down there.
Okay, there is somebody commenting on the YouTube stream asking why Ningen are showing up 0-0 in grade 7. Well, I'm guessing you're looking at Bowls Link, where the final scores only will go in. Definitely is on the rotation underneath here on the live stream. You keep an eye on that. Last reported score was 39-38 after 44 ends, Ningen leading Cardiff. So very close. But you do need to watch the scores on our screen. They're feeding in from our data source, our volunteers popping those into a Google sheet, which is being read by our live stream software.
Oh, you can't get through all these events without the amount of volunteers at all the clubs. They're a great help to get the information. And
there are definitely no live scores on Bowls Link at this stage. That may happen in the future. It would require us to go cardless, which we are doing progressively through some events. We did it in a couple of the junior events. 7-a-side, 2 weeks' time.
Cardless?
We're looking at going cardless. We'll have app scoring.
You had a good response with going cardless? Are people open to the idea, or...?
It depends on your audience.
Yeah.
Platinum was cardless. We went to the app there. Mostly everybody's happy with it. There is a couple of little glitches you need to be aware of, and you need to confirm your scores. I think the system's okay. I have a slight trouble finding some of the scores because I'm an administrator for every competition in New South Wales. So I get 4 million cards show up on my app. But you just need to open it, and occasionally it might stall. You go out of the app and come back in, 10-second job, it works. Real good thing about it, and a lot of the sides really are loving it, is they can see in real time what the score is in the games that affect them.
I think I think it's a really good feature, isn't it? Like, you can go on there and, like, a side all the way other side of the state, and you can, end by end what's going on.
And for the Platinum stuff, it was, well, if they get so many points, then we're going to be in this position. And so they're watching it. They're keeping an eye on it.
Well, that's where the game's going, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I like the system. We just got to educate. It's not difficult to use. A few people don't like carrying their phone on the green. They're not used to having the phone in their pocket.
Definitely a distraction for some, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, if you use it as a work phone, it might be somewhat distracting. Somebody might be putting their we don't promote, or they're not using the TAB account, seeing TAB sponsored Platinum. They might be using their TAB account. At the moment, you're not supposed to do anything like that. I'm of the opinion that society's changed. I don't really bother me if anyone uses a phone around me, as long as they're not distracting me on the rink or holding up play.
Yeah. And that's the big thing. It's if it's not disrupting the game, it's...
And look, I've had my opponents a few times say, oh, look, I've got somebody who's sick at home, or I'm on call for work. I've got to keep the phone with me. I've got it on silent. If I've got a call, I'm just going to duck off to the side. No problems. And in fact, I've had to have my phone on call during a championship at my own club. I was on call as an assistant for a state event running at the same time, one of the qualifyings. So I just did warn my teammates and opponents, look, if I get a call, I might just have to take it. And they were fine. I got 2 calls throughout the day, and I was skipping the team. The third just came up in the head.
It's just about the understanding, isn't it?
Yeah, and you be up front. Well, it's fairly scattered head in a way, this one.
Yeah.
I think the bowls at the back are actually shot. The mid-blue one. Glew. Backhand. So looking forward to Platinum coming on again next year.
Got a couple of new sides,
Two new sides in. They addressed a fairly extensive criteria which involve results not only this year but also over the last couple of years, their potential to recruit and build their strength to participate. They also had to address facilities within the club, their capability to host, their ability to host Friday night games, because that will probably be happening again.
Yeah.
So they also had to address some financial criteria to make sure that their club was able to support the costs involved. Not that they're that extensive, but was a fair bit to it, and they will address those. And despite Chippo being there, they got in the Soldiers Point Soldiers and the Charlestown Tigers.
Yeah, they did.
And I'm actually looking forward to some evening games being on at Charlestown under that magnificent facility.
It's a good facility up there.
More shots to Mona Vale, 16 ends, it's 18. So Helps if I push the right buttons. All right, so medium length in again. Cam.
Well, down on green 3 still. Wingdang, 44-42 on 54. Gwendolyn, 58-65. Someone's just realised they had the scores wrong down there, because that was 61-63 just a minute ago.
61 ends played in the Gwendolyn clash, so they've only got a couple left.
Yeah. So with 7 the gap there now, Narendra look like they've nearly got that game. So that's a good result for Narendra. They hadn't won a game.
Yeah, looking on.
And they were pretty close. They put a good fight up to Charlestown up on green 1 yesterday.
They
early on.
Neck and neck with Windang in the opening game. A couple of big bowls at the right time. He really caught up to Windang in our opening stream. And that's, of course, you can go back and watch that one if you wish to.
So, yeah, as the result stands down there, Charlestown would go through with Wingdang.
There's a couple of big bowls by Jordan Taylor on our stream ring that turned their heads around. And late in the game, Dan Ellum played a couple of bombs on one end to save their bacon. And Gopher tells me he played some absolute bombs as well on that rink, so don't know if I saw them.
Don't you know?
He did. He drew a couple in very nicely.
Sometimes that's all you need to do.
I do remember playing a Pennant final, and after the game someone said to me, "Oh, gee, you played well today," and I said, "You only saw the last 2 ends, did you?" He went, "Oh, yeah."
Oh, it definitely could be the case, can't it?
I had... You take away before the last 2 ends, I was an absolute shocker. I couldn't draw a stick figure with a pencil and paper.
Just goes on the perspective or how long someone's watched the whole game, doesn't it?
And the Albatross said to me on the second last end, "I really need you to play one this end." Bang. Played 4 bowls in the entire game, the last 4 bowls I played, and just got us home.
And Corrimal up on green 1 have closed the gap up to Grandviews too, 53-46 on 51. So that's for first in that section.
Both of those sides will be looking for a strong finish just to carry a bit of momentum in this afternoon's game.
Yeah.
And whoever finishes top of that section, I think we'll have them on the stream. Bit torn there. Bit torn there with Corrimal's my locals, and of course I'll make juniors in Grandview, so
yes,
don't mind either way there. Although we've already done Grandview's game earlier, so probably Corrimal might be a good thing for the stream for variety. But whoever gets there.
So you got Marimbula out the back green, currently up 53-26 after 46 ends.
They're in control.
So that will get Marimbula through, because that was a must-win game for them. And St John's Park, 54-36 over Baddo Bay.
Tough weekend for the locals.
Yeah. They were our second. They did run second in our grade 1. Gwendolyn won it. So, yeah. Tough section, that one.
So it has been asked why there's 2 sides from some regions here and not the others. Where a region does not have a qualifier in their grade, the opportunity to play is offered to the region that has the highest percentage of clubs in that region entering the grade. So in grade 1 that was Illawarra, Central Coast and Newcastle. And
you didn't know that till the end of the competitions, as some were playing joint competitions, weren't they?
So there were multi-grade competitions, particularly one of them was Metro Northwest, where Maryland's number 2 beat Maryland's number 1.
Oh,
And Maryland's number 1 did not win that comp, and they were the single entry in the Grade 1. Being the single entry, they had to win that competition. They didn't, so they didn't qualify. And Northern Rivers is another one, I think, was one that didn't qualify. No Northern Rivers here. And the third one, Nepean Highlanders. Austral played a multi-grade comp as only entry Grade 1 and didn't win.
It shows how pretty even like Grade 1 and 2 can be, really, can't it, in some of those regions?
It can just be sometimes a little glitch in the matrix. Can be one or two players change clubs and just shifts the power balance a little.
Yep.
There's an argument whether or not that region should have, they were runner-up in the region. Well, they got beaten by the lower grade. So is there a right way to do it? No. We did have less than 16 sides in the competition last year, and overwhelming feedback from competitors was that 16 was the ideal number, much better. They'd rather see a runner-up or a second side offer the chance. So
16 just works, like 4 sections of 4, like near 200 bowlers out on the greens. It's just fantastic to see.
Well, you don't have buys.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have a section of 6 and have to play 5 rounds to get to the final.
Because last year was only like 11 teams by memory.
Yeah, it was less than.
Yeah. So, no, it's fantastic to see all 16
The
teams.
other thing is you had Gunnedah not wanting to play their round 3 match this morning.
Yes.
They'd be even less inclined if they'd lost their first 3 and then had to play rounds 4 and 5.
Yep. Yeah.
You are required to play all rounds. You are required to play all ends in sectional play.
Especially like with Dubbo, they had to travel a distance as well, and they were keen to play this morning. So I think you're here for the weekend, you're here to play bowls. The weather's nice.
It's a little overcast at the moment, but still fairly pleasant.
Yeah.
Spectators got jumpers on. About half the players have and half don't, so it's not that cold. Even the Port guys, many of them haven't got a jumper on, so...
A few people not feeling the cold out there. Well, that Gwendolyn game has finished. Narandra winning 66-59. So, opens the door up. This second rink for Beresfield and Mona Vale are all finished. 28-18.
Done it again, press the wrong row.
And that third rink, 27-10 on after 19 now, so... third rink. Got a measure on our stream drink. To Mona Vale. They're out to 20-9.
18 ends played.
Yeah, the big board. 64.
Should be 48. 16 shots the difference. It's mathematically possible.
It is mathematical possible.
You don't play the game in maths, though.
Yeah.
Well, the big question is whether or not David Govan can... Well, I don't think he can fight back there. 3 ends to go. He's got 11 shots to get.
Yeah, no, Adam Glew's side's played pretty well, really.
Caleb McDermott now. And just a reminder, we'll be live again this afternoon. We're scheduled to be back on at 1 p.m. after lunch. Tonight's going through pretty well. We might actually be underway a little early.
Yeah. Everyone's got out there pretty early this morning, all keen to get out. And they're all getting through their ends pretty well.
So it's now 11:37. 4 ends to go, so we probably will be close to 1 by the time we actually do get them matches underway. We may be live around 1:45. About halfway through the second trial end, we'll start our action again. We do go live for a minute or two. We'll have a holding screen on YouTube to get people a chance to jump on board. Don't forget, though, you can like and subscribe to our channel and choose to get notifications so that when we go live, you get a little ding on your phone or your device. You'll know then you can catch all the action. And we are quarter-final action this afternoon. It's it's scheduled for 1. We might be a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Your locals over in Corrimal are really closed the gap up now to Grandviews.
He's just going to clip that jack and run through.
Only 5 shots the difference down there and 9 ends to go, so definitely first place up for the grabs in that section at the moment.
John Dunn, flicking action.
It's a different delivery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not from the coaching manual. That's okay.
I don't know, I think everyone's got a different delivery to the coaching manual, really.
I won't care if you don't follow the coaching manual, you pop them there. Goodbye.
Correct. As long as they get near the jack, anything's good.
The idea is, though, to develop something where it's easy to be consistent.
Yeah.
Least errors.
Consistency's key.
Badly pointed from Michael Ashford as well. Just wants to sneak around that. Needed a little more running. Apologies for the little lack of sound there. I turned you off, Brandon. That just had a little couple of words with the CEO. Just a little technical issue behind us. We're just getting our ducks in a row, and some things don't need to come over the broadcast.
I'm talking to myself.
I do that occasionally. I need an expert opinion. Then I go find an expert to tell me the right opinion. But, do apologise for that. Occasionally, there's more than one thing to do. They keep us busy. Boss always keeps us on our toes. We invite him in to commentate all the time, but he always says, no. You guys talk enough rubbish without me here. Yep. But big thanks to all of our host venues. Of course, Grade 1 here at Edelong. Grade 2, Bomaderry and Nowra. Grade 3 at Yamba. Grade 4, I'm testing my memory.
Wagga?
Yes, Wagga. That's where I would have gone had I won. Wagga RSL, Wagga Rules.
Nice and cold down there.
Chilly. Grade 5. Is that Charlestown? And Lambton?
Yeah. Oh, Lambton, grade 6.
And 6 is Charlestown, Lambton. 7s is North Haven, Lake Cat-Eye, and the 5s. Where's the 5s? Cabramatta and Mount Lewis. Just had to test myself and see if I could name them again without looking them up. I probably have that information open on one of these computer screens around me. Mine's turned itself off. It's gone, you're not touching me. But, yep. Mid-blue bowl holding shot. I think Mona Vale holding again here.
Yes. They've really played well on this ring.
Yeah, look, I thought the game was a bit scrappy to start with, but they've certainly improved. I've probably not hit the replay button enough times. I'll get in trouble from comms, so that's okay. David Govan looking to convert this. Good thing for Govan is he's had his bad result game now in the round 3. It's not going to really matter. He can save up for a good result. And 3 more shots there to Beresfield to finish the game on the other rink. Of course, they're not going to change the scoreboard to help us out.
It'll be 31-10. So they've really they've got away on that rink.
Well and truly in control with just a couple ends to go.
This one's close.
Oh, edge, and will it flop down? No, it'll just go too far. He's got the teapot happening, the hands on the hips, so a little bit of a frustrating day. One more to Mona Vale.
Just hasn't had that rub of the green on a couple of
just
things.
Haven't quite got there.
So that might be a good sign for later on in the competition. As you said, bad game now on the scoreboard, so it looks like Port City might be joining them in the quarterfinals, as they've got a 15-shot lead on the big board with 14 ends left at the moment.
After 64 of 63 ends, that's pretty funny. I don't know what I've pressed there to do it. Total ends. Ends played. 61. Just a glitch in the matrix. Probably somebody else texting me. No, somebody telling me they want my money. Got bad luck, I haven't got any. All right, so a reminder that not only will we be live this afternoon, we're scheduled to go at 1 p.m, as we said. Now 11:46, it probably will be close to 1 p.m. by the time we have the players come in and have their lunch, go back out again.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning, 8:45-ish, we'll be live. 8:30 call of cards for semi-final and final tomorrow afternoon, again approximately 1 p.m, give or take, depending on how close and, well, how many extra ends we need in the semis.
Yeah, correct. There might be a few dead ends.
did hear of a game the other day that went to a side game that went to 3 extra ends
3 extra ends.
to find a result.
Wow.
That's almost the stuff of urban legend.
Yeah.
An extra end can be a heartbreaking way to win or a heartbreaking way to lose, and a sort of a euphoria to win it on an extra end.
Oh, definitely.
Do you know, when Mona Vale got through and won the Grade 2 pennant a few years ago, one of their rinks, the skipper who's not here now, dropped a 5 on the last end to have it tied.
Yep.
And then the other 2 rinks dropped 2 and 2, and he picked up a 5. The skip that dropped the 5 picked up a 5 to get him through on the extra end.
Oh, wow.
So it went from villain to hero in one end.
Can easily happen. And that's the thing with 3 rinks. Like, you might be sitting comfortably on the masterboard at times across 3 rinks. If you drop a couple across all 3, it gets caught very quickly.
It becomes a big swing. I do know. We one of our matches one day, we were 12 behind on the big board, and I thought, oh, we're in a bit of bother here. We picked up a 2 and a 1.
Yep.
One of our rinks picked up 2 4s, and the other one picked up a couple of good counts, and all of a sudden we were 5 or 6 in front. So half an hour's time, all of a sudden it swung around. That's what we say, the bit side game that can turn around. And Bruce told me, a fellow who used to be involved in admin, Brucey Elliott, back in the 4 rinks days, they led a match by 15 with 4 ends to go, 1 on each rink.
Yeah.
And lost.
And lost.
And all 4 rinks finished about the same time, went 4 down, 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Wow.
So, heartbreaking.
Definitely. Yeah, sometimes I think people forget that there are 3 rinks out there, and sometimes the masterboard gets left out of some equations, and
well, it adds a new dynamic to it, the 3 rinks as well. You're playing to the masterboard, and sometimes you've got to accept that you're not going to win your rink. So it's like, you guys keep going. We'll just try and keep this tight.
Yep.
Fight back.
Try and minimise how many shots you go down, and try and maximise as many you can go up as possible without being risky.
Brad Unsted, pretty close with this one. Got the edge, flops in, got the shot. The Gwendolyn guys have taken up a really good spot for us, and the manager's standing in front of the board as well for the Charlestown Windang game. We're standing directly in front of the scoreboard, the manager.
I think Gwendolyn might have won 2 rinks over there, so that would get him in front by a point, but Charlestown would have to win 10-0. If that is the case. For Gwendolyn to get through, obviously.
So the current point score, Charlestown 19, Windang 10.5, Gwendolyn 9.5, Narandra 1.
So, looking at it over there on the Gwendolyn scoreboards, they look like they won 2 rinks.
Which would take them to 11.5.
Windang. Yeah, too many people in the road down there of the boards.
They're on the opposite corner here.
The board, Charles, oh no.
1 shot in it, 51.50.
To Windang.
59.
Windang 51.50.
So Windang must have at least 1 rink in front. Gwendolyn will have a negative margin. They went down by, 7?
7, yep.
So they'll be minus 13. So Windang at the moment have a superior margin. They're a plus 4. Even if they do lose, they can lose by... If they pick up one rink...
They'll get through.
And lose by less than... Well, 17 is the difference.
So I'm presuming they're sitting there. Charlestown up on the rink closest to us from here.
Barrow picks up at least one.
And Grandview's and Corrimal all the way on the other side of us. 56-54 on 58.
Keeping it friendly.
Definitely. So that could be important in the terms of who the winner and loser to that match plays in the quarterfinals.
Well, we'll determine who finishes first and second. So that's 21-11. They say it's only 19 ends. I thought we'd already played 19 ends.
Yeah, there was 2 ends left up on the big board 4.
49-70, 61. Okay, I'll change that back. As we said, most of the time all we're doing is reporting exactly what's on the scoreboards. Occasionally I press the wrong button and have to fix it, but
more of the time people forget to turn the scoreboard over or turn too many over. Or
the other thing that'll get us is they'll have a result on an end, so they flick the end over and then they go and do the measure, and 2 or 3 minutes later they change the board, so all of a sudden the score goes up but the ends didn't.
Yep.
That catches me a few times.
Well, then someone goes and turns the end again because they didn't realise the end was already turned. So it looks like Port City will get through the way they're travelling, 52-36.
Yeah, they're fairly comfortably in front of Foster at this point, and it's another very good start from Adam Slater. Michael Ashford waiting on the mat now. John Dunn right through the head with that one. Might have been trying to reach.
Yeah, well, what's got Mona Vale to this position in this game is those kind of lead bowls. He's picked up from the start of the game and
played pretty solid.
Yeah.
Michael Ashford's just going to clip and run on. It's actually a pretty good result. He's got best back and just tightened that head up a little bit.
Yeah. Didn't move the jack or anything, so take what you can get at the moment.
I thought he was going to move the bowls, but all he's done is just flatten them onto the centre line. John Dunn, his first bowl right through the head. Second one, much better pointed. Just wants this to hold. It's not going to. Underneath. Michael Ashford, I don't know whether he wants to draw and not get too close or just tighten that head up even more. Observe plenty of times though, when you do tighten the head up, what you do is you basically say to some of the better players, you're not going to easily draw a shot here, you're going to have to hit it.
Yep.
And they're too good at doing that.
Yes.
I had the I'll put it in inverted commas, pleasure of playing a game against Ryan Bester. And we played pretty well. Not well enough, but it became a bit of a thing. We got a few close. They went bang.
Well, it's the thing, like, sometimes, like, you can get as many bowls close, but the opposition can just come through and dismantle what you get. But also, you got to be accurate with those kind of shots as well, because you can quickly find yourself in trouble.
He is.
Yeah, definitely is.
We did hold our own. We were 15 all, I think it was, after 15 ends. And then we didn't score again.
Oh,
Not that we played that badly. It's just he was playing with a fellow named Peter Bellis, who world singles champions, not a bad pedigree.
Not a bad pedigree at all.
And they blew us off the green in the last 6 ends. Sensational bowls. I do remember Peter saying to Ryan, 3 feet of weight to that one, you'll come off, get that and that. You'll just chip the jack as well. Will be 5. Bang, 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 5 down.
Exactly what happened. You always.
Awesome.
When you see that and you know exactly that's what's going to happen, it's not good to be on the receiving end, but you got to sit back and applaud sometimes. Yeah.
Good bowl from Brad Landi, and once again, David Govan. He's in the position he's got to play a good one. And even though these guys have to play every end in sectional play, you almost feel that if Mona Vale score this, they could quite easily shake hands and call it quits. It's not going to change the result, and the point score is not going to change. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to make any difference to a position on the ladder.
Beresfield won their first 2 games, and
they'll go to top spot no matter what, and Mona Vale will not go through.
So it'll be Port City who get through. And Grandviews and Corrimal up there, 57-55 now, with 3 ends to play. So all on the line there still for where first and second line up.
Yeah, well, Beresfield will go to 26. They'll be top. Mona Vale will go to 3. They'll be the opposite of top.
Yeah. So it's 51 all down Charlestown and Wingdang on 60. So I presume they would have a rink down there in front.
Well, they'd have to.
Yeah, I think their middle rink's up by 7.
David Govan, that was a pretty fair effort, and once again he's just got the outside edge of the Mona Vale bowl and turned out, and Adam Glew needs it to stop. Oh, he'd be close to counting.
Yep.
Well, 3 or 4. So 3 goes on.
3 goes on, so
24-11. 3 shots. Last end. Everything is now a foregone conclusion in this match. It will be a 9-1 win to Beresfield. We will be jumping off as soon as this last bowl goes down, basically. You can join us again in 40 minutes or so. Players are allowed half an hour for lunch. There are a few games that still have a few more ends to go, so we will have to wait for them.
Then we're up to the quarterfinals of the competition.
The sun just sort of peeking through, a couple of shadows on the green. And, well, Adam Slater, his second one's probably his worst one for a little while, but it's still not too bad.
At least it's behind the jack.
It is behind. Caleb McDermott, backhand draw. Good way to finish, almost anyway. A bit selfish here, I'm saying for goodness sake don't kill this end.
Normally that's a jinx that now will happen.
It's one to Mona Vale at the moment. John Dunn on his way down. He'll go to the back. Well, at this stage, we almost think that it'll be St John's Park finishes top of section 3.
Yes.
And Marimbula to go through.
Yeah, last update out there, they were in front by a good little gap.
So, if that is the case, it will be Marimbula playing Beresfield in the quarterfinal, and St John's Park taking on Port City.
Yes.
The other half of the draw, Corrimal and Grandviews, too close to call.
And Wingdang now up 55-51. So that would get them through.
Interesting there. Charlestown are 8.5 points in front of Windang, so they get a point. They'll finish top.
Yeah, I think the third rink, I think 15-20. First rink closest to us, Wingdang won 20-18. And the rink's still out there. It's Wingdang in front, so they have got that point.
Charlestown gets a rink, they'll finish top. So they'll play the loser of Corrimal and Grandviews.
Which is...
And Windang, we think, will play the winner of Corrimal and Grandviews.
And the game coming to the live stream would be...
whoever wins out of Corrimal and Grandviews will be on it. I think it's winner of Section 1. Well, he's trailed that jack. That's John Dunn's bowl back there. A little bit of white on the sticker. It's taken me 21 ends, but I can tell them apart. Brad Unsted trailed that jack through.
And now we've got a pretty clear view down to green 3. Everyone's...
Yeah, 55-51 at the moment. So it looks like the Prawns are going to get through. Prawns beat Tigers.
Yeah.
Could be the headline. Adam Glew this is looking pretty good. And that's what a way to finish it off.
Great goal. One for your highlight reels.
Yep. Just click the replay button on there just to give our comms people something to use so they don't call me too many names. I'll tell you what though, David Govan not going to lie down.
Oh,
Got another one for the highlight reel. We're still one down though. Last bowl of the match for Adam Glew. Tell you what, if he's got the pace, he's got a pretty good one, and he has.
he has.
He's got a little touch. Well,
Oh,
it's run past.
just move the jet closer to his own bowl.
Can David Govan finish with a shot? Put it on a reasonable line. No one's real interested in what happens.
No.
They're all saying, "Yep, let's get off."
All shaking hands.
Just going to run through, so it'll be a single to Mona Vale, and they'll take out the rink 25-11.
Beresfield 70 to 53 on the
A 9-1. Barrow will finish top of this section, but for now it's going to be a farewell, and we look forward to seeing everybody back again. Just over half an hour's time, we should be back with our quarter final here at Ettalong for the Open State Pennants Grade 1 State Finals.